Welcome to Story Time. In this attempt, we will attempt to read pages 56, 57, 58, and 59. So let's get started. Artists of note. Miles Davis, a trumpet sensation from Alton, Illinois. Davis dropped out of the Juilliard School of Music in New York in 1944 to play with the saxophone genius Charlie Parker. He joined nightly jam sessions at Minton's Playhouse and Monroe's. Two clubs where musicians developed a jazz style that would become known as bebop. Davis was soon recognized for his sweet sound and inventive arrangements. As a headliner and mentor, Davis shared the stage with John Coltrane, Cannonball Adderley, Ron Carter, and many other gifted musicians. His long and impressive career included several compositions that pushed jazz in new directions. Kind of Blue, which he recorded in 1959, is the best-selling jazz album of all time. Awarded countless honors during his lifetime, Davis is widely regarded as one of the most influential musicians of the 20th century. Lorraine Hensberry. When Lorraine Hensberry's A Raisin in the Sun opened at the Ethel Barrymore Theater in New York on March 11, 1959, it became the first play by an African-American woman to be produced on Broadway. Born and raised in Chicago, Hensberry studied at the University of Wisconsin before leaving for New York City. She found work as a writer and editor for Freedom, a black newspaper founded by Paul Robeson. After several years in New York City, she quit journalism and devoted herself to writing. A Raisin in the Sun takes its title from a poem by Langston Hughes and tells the story of a struggling Chicago family. It starred Sidney Poitier and ran for 500 performances. 2 years later, it was adapted into an award-winning film. Hensberry was also an outspoken defender of civil rights and an advocate for equality for women, along with several other artists and activists, including Harry Belafonte, Lena Horne, and James Baldwin. She met with the Attorney General Robert F. Kennedy on May 24, 1963, to discuss rising racial tensions. That same year, her second play, The Sign in Sidney Brewston's Window, opened on Broadway. Hensberry died in 1965 from cancer before she could complete a third play. She was 34. Okay, I need my glasses on today, don't I? Nina Simone. While growing up in Tryon, North Carolina, Eunice Wayman dreamed of being the first major African-American classical pianist. Instead, she became Nina Simone, a gifted pianist and world-famous jazz singer. After dropping out of music school, Wayman took jobs playing piano in bars and nightclubs. At the urging of a club owner, she began to sing as well. She changed her name to Nina Simone and released her first album in 1967. It included a version of George Gershwin's I Love You, Porgy. That became her only top 20 hit. Berry Gordy. Berry Gordy founded Motown Records in 1959 from a small house on Detroit's West Grand Boulevard. He built the company into the nation's largest black-owned business. Its success depended on what Gordy called the Motown sound, a blend of traditional black music forms and mainstream pop melodies. A brilliant talent scout, Gordy signed many of the greatest black music stars of the era: Smokey Robinson, Marvin Gaye, Diana Ross, Stevie Wonder, and Michael Jackson all achieved global stardom as Motown recording artists. In 1972, Gordy moved Motown to Los Angeles and began to make movies as well as music. His first production, Lady Sings the Blues, earned 5 Academy Award nominations. Gordy also wrote the book for Motown, the musical, staged on Broadway in 2013. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1988. In 2016, President Barack Obama presented Gordy with a National Medal of Arts, the highest award given to artists by the U.S. government. I'm sorry, this goes with the rest of Nina Simone's writing. During the racially charged 1960s, she wrote several popular songs that were closely associated with the civil rights movement. Mississippi, Goddam, was written after the murder of Medgar Evers and the bombing deaths of the 4 girls in Birmingham 16th Street Baptist Church. 4 women told the story of 4 uniquely African-American lives to be young, gifted, and black. A song expressing pride in being black took its title from a Lorraine Hensberry work. In search of peace and quiet, Simone left the United States in 1970 and lived in several other countries. She eventually settled in France and remained there until her death in 2003. Sidney Poitier, or Poitier, I believe it's pronounced Poitier. Sidney Poitier was already a star on stage and screen when he achieved a historical landmark in 1964. That year, he won the Academy Award for Best Actor for his performance in Lilies of the Field. Poitier was the first black performer to receive the award. Raised in the Bahamas, he immigrated to New York City after a brief stint in the Army. He took acting lessons at the American Negro Theater, and before long, he was on his way to Broadway, supporting roles in Lysistrata and Larasta. Led to film work. Oh, I need my glasses. In 1950, he made his Hollywood debut that year in No Way Out. A succession of films followed, including starring roles in Blackboard, Jungle, Porgy and Bess, and A Raisin in the Sun. His stardom continued to soar after he won the Academy Award in films such as In the Heat of the Night, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, and To Sir with Love. Poitier secured his place as a box office champion. In later years, he became a director, taking the helm of films such as Buck and The Preacher and Stir Crazy. His many honors and awards include the Presidential Medal of Freedom received from President Obama in 2009. Now, we didn't meet our goal today. I didn't meet my goal today. I only read about 4 people, looks like. Actually 5. And I don't have my pair of glasses that I need, so I'm going to end this video, and it just goes to show some